Hey everybody, Rune the Gaming Dad from the Arc Trade Federation, and today we are on the island and we're going after the artifact of the pack. You can see Green Ob here in the distance. We've got the redwoods next to us. We'll pull up on the map here real quick and show you where we're at. We'll pull up the GPS as well. You can see we're at 64.9, 60.8. You can see I have it on the map there, the artifact of the pack. Where we're at is a little spot where we've got some metal and some crystal, and there's also metal at the bottom of this area. It's right on the edge of the swamp. And we're actually going to just kind of slide right along the edge of this cliff. And the entrance to the artifact of the pack cave is right next to the swamp, so you have to be careful. There are times that you can get some dinos that can come make life difficult for you as you try to prepare to go into a cave. So we're on the Desmodus here. We're on the Desmodus for a reason. But you can see this little cliff here, and we'll land so you can see exactly our position. We're at 68.0, 56.4, and right on the edge of this cliff, as we look down, you can see the entrance to the cave. So the Desmodus can fly in caves, and it's a great dino to take into any cave. But this one in particular will require another dino, and the one we use is the Baryonyx. So we're going to go ahead and throw him out, and we'll pod up our Desmodus. And we'll pod him up and take the Baryonyx in. The reason why we take the Baryonyx is because as we come up here, we go into the cave, you're going to find there's some very narrow openings. And the Baryonyx is one of the few dinos that can actually make it through those. So this cave is cold, so we do have on fur. And the other thing we actually have is a crossbow with a grappling hook, and we'll show you why we need that later. So we'll hop on the Baryonyx, and we will head into the cave. So you can go left, go right. We're going to hang a right. You can see this big kind of mound in front of us. We're just going to make our way around. You can go left or right. It doesn't really matter. And we're just going to make our way through. And what you want to find is you can see all this kind of growth of trees. You're just going to want to follow until you come to this rock right here, sticking up. You're just going to make a left and head on down. You can obviously jump off the cliff there, but we're going to make our way through. You can see the Baryonyx just squeezing through, and you will run into some dinos. The Baryonyx is nice because it does have kind of a higher attack to be able to take out some of these bats. So if you're on like a saber tooth, you take that in here. Sometimes you won't be actually able to hit the bats with the saber tooth, but we're going to come here, and when you come out to this little bridge area, we're going to just traverse right along the edge. Be careful we don't fall off. And there will be snakes, there will be spiders, there will be other baddies in here to go after you, but we're just going to traverse this area here, and you can see there's just some little crevices here that the Baryonyx makes its way through. So we're going to come through that first opening. You can see to the left here we've got just kind of like some structure sticking out of the ground. We're actually going to go right, and we'll just squeeze our way through with the Baryonyx. And you can see some of these openings are quite narrow, and that is where the Baryonyx can slide its way through. To our next kind of fork in the road here, you can see some of those bats off in the distance. We're actually going to go left here. And head down, down, down. You can jump off again here too, but we're just going to make our way around so you can see. There is an explorer note here as well. If you want to get it, you can get it down here. But we're going to go down, down, down. Once you find the ruins at the bottom, you know you're in great shape. So we're going to come down here. There's another fork in the road. We can go left, we can go right. You can see that kind of orange glow. We're going to hit that way. Once you see these kind of mushrooms here, these gigantors, you know you're in the right place. We're just going to make our way right. You can actually see the glow already. And we're just coming down, down, down. And once you find these ruins, you know you're in the right place. There are some drops in this cave as well off to the right, but if we're going to focus specifically on the artifact. So as we make our way through these ruins, there will be some snakes and things like that down here. And we're going to come right to this area where this pillar kind of is sticking up out of the water. You have to be careful that down here there are piranha and there are sarcos. So if you come down here, the Baryonyx is great underwater. You can see their zone. We'll use the spin attack here on the Baryonyx to freeze stuff, but you can see they're just everywhere. So if you have the Baryonyx, it's good to kind of get through some of that. But you can tell there's a lot there. And we'll pull up out of the water because we know obviously they're coming back. And you can kind of pull the piranha to the edge here. and do some of that work. But the main thing that you want to watch out for is the Sarcos. So we've kind of reached the end here. You can kind of swim through and get to the artifact, but what we're going to do is take the shortcut. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize the first way, which is by using the grappling hook. So you can see that piece of kind of moss hanging down. If you just go right underneath that, you kind of see right in there, you can see that opening right here. So that piece of moss here is kind of like your waypoint to see where it is. So if you grapple up and you just do it a couple times, you'll be able to get yourself up here. And we'll cut the cord and make our way down. There can be snakes, spiders, and other things in here, just FYI. But you walk your way down to the artifact, you can pick it up. So be careful, because down here there can be Sarcos as well. So we're going to grab the artifact. We're going to get out of here. So that's one way to kind of get to the artifact. To get out, the beauty of the Desmodus is it can fly in the caves. So what we can do actually is throw out the Desmodus and fly our way out. Now the Desmodus will not be able to get through some of these nooks and crannies, but you can see how much easier it would make it if I let the Baryonyx stay here and I threw out the Desmodus. It just kind of brought it right up through here. How much easier it would be to get that artifact. So just two different ways that you can do it. You will have to actually pod the Desmodus. You can take the Desmodus in, but again, some of those narrow gaps with the Baryonyx you will not be able to get through with the Desmodus. So we'll pod him up and we'll make our way back out, because sometimes getting to the artifact is the hard part, but getting back to the entrance is even harder. So we'll make our way back out before we end the video. So we're going to hop back on our Baryonyx. And we're just going to make our way up the stairs. It's a little bit of a narrow gap to make your way around. The Baryonyx has got a pretty good turn radius. So we're just going to make our way up and to the left. I'm going to bypass all these guys. You can see your mushrooms. Once you're the mushrooms, you know you're kind of on the right path. And you'll come to this fork in the road, and we're going to make a left to go up. And there's your ruins, so you know you're on the right path as well. And bend our way back around. And again, this is where some of those narrow pieces come into play. And make a right and go up, up. And there's our another narrow kind of passageway that only the Baryonyx can get through. And then you've got your rock formations here. We know that's the wrong way, so we're going to make a left and head back up. And back around, and you can see there's that kind of that cliff face there, and we'll avoid the bat and just come back around. And there's kind of some mushrooms again, kind of at the start. Just come through this narrow opening here, and you can see we've made it all the way back to the entrance to the cave. We're just going to hang some lefts and out we go. So that is how you get the artifact to the pack. Again, as we come out, you can see some of the dinos out here waiting for us. We're just going to go around and kill them real fast. But so just because you're outside of the cave does not mean that you are done. So you can see there's still some dinos out here ready to kill us. So just be aware that just because you get done doesn't mean that the work is over. So just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you found the video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate it. We'll see you all on the next video.